Today is Sunday, November 14th, and I had a horrible night. I'm getting to the part on the manuscript where I've already written down what I remember of walking through the house. I'm living through these backflashes, and I'm having to relive it, and I'm having to write it down, and then I'm having to read it and edit it and relive it again, and then read it and edit it and live it again. And so it's already been written. And I talked about how my kid room. I think about my room when I was a kid all the time. And I think I left chapter 3 on that note, like with the attic, the secret attic and my secret toys. And then I was gonna pick up chapter 4, like literally it started. It's even printed. Like when I printed this manuscript this morning with the intention of reading what I had started last night before bed. I had a page and a half already done entitled chapter 4, which now I can't find because I'm shuffling pages around. And it was, yeah, I'll get to why it was so bad. But look, yeah, that's like where chapter 3 stops with my secret toys, and then chapter 4 I pick up with my secret attic playroom was the last thing on my mind as the officer had me get up and get going, and I start writing that, and I start remembering that. Writing that, and I went to bed last night, and I had one of the worst panic attacks ever, because I'm remembering the squad car, and sitting in the squad car, and waiting with my sister, and then eventually he's in the squad car, and I remember he's hugging me, and he's like nuzzling at me, and he's like emotional, and I don't know what's going on. I was just told I got into a fight, and he's saying things like, I want to keep the family together, and like, I love you, and like shit like that. And I haven't thought about this car ride in decades, dude. It's like for real. And when I went to bed last night, after reading the case file and reading his words, what he said just 30 minutes before this car ride, he had killed my mom. And then he's hugging on me and kissing on me. And I went to bed and I had a typical panic attack. Like I'm having right now, I'm having a panic attack. It's just, there's nothing new. Because of this, I'm diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, and panic disorder. Because of this, it's called borderline PTSD because I didn't see the actual murder of my mother, but I relived this. It's usually the walk and the leaving my room and the flash, waking me up, the walk, like what I'd actually just written, which I thought was gonna trigger this. And then I get to the next part, and then I remember, and I'm just disgusted. And I'm sobbing and I'm like shaking and weeping in bed like I'm doing right now, but I'm like, I feel sick. I've had really bad panic attacks before, but I've never puked while having a panic attack, and I didn't know what was happening. I just know that I didn't feel good. My mouth started watering and I couldn't roll over fast enough, and I puked. These memories are so, I literally puked reliving this, so I had to stop writing chapter 4, and I decided to push chapter 4 back. You see what this is doing to me? Like, oh my god. Some days are, and it's not like I've had doctors before trying to tell me I'm bipolar. I've seen so many doctors. I'm not bipolar. It's triggers. I have been diagnosed. Yes, with issues, but I'm not bipolar. And it all stems from this night. And I couldn't, I started writing about it and I couldn't, I'm not ready yet to put it on paper, what I mean, about that car ride and what I remember in the subsequent days before they actually told me. Because at this time, they're still telling me that they got into a fight, and, like, I know something's wrong, but, like, I'm naive. My phone's going done. I don't have to read my edits. But anyway, naive, I didn't think that. I didn't think that she was dead. Anyway, I pushed that back and I've rewritten chapter 4. It's pushed back in the main. I have it pushed back. I'm not ready to touch it yet. So, so chapter 3 ends with the police officer taking me away, right? And my secret attic room, and I was going to pick right up, but I'm not. So I actually jumped back from 93. We go back to we're in the present. We're here. Chapter 4, 2021, Phoenix. So there we go, a beginning. After 4 days and getting 3 chapters in, upon this round of edits, it was an epiphany, an aha moment, a revelation that only that this wasn't my autobiography, but in fact a memoir about my mother. As I was writing that, and the notion dawned on me, the title should have meaning to her. And then when I remembered the quote she told her friend all those years ago, and I knew how fitting to start my mother's story with words from her own mouth. Agreed. Kyle, look like crap. Don't look at me, just listen to me read. And green it is, and it'll stay, even though she was buried in blue. And the complete funeral service, and while she laid in state, it was a valley of blue. The blue dress, the blue eyeliner, the blue makeup, blue carnations that filled the room as if they grew right from the walls. They were everywhere. Blue. To this day, I don't know why her funeral was adorned in hues of blue. Was it because she had that beautiful blue dress, or because the obituary picture was chosen because of how beautiful she was in that blue dress? Or the blue was chosen to simply represent how my family felt about laying their 32-year-old daughter, sister, mother to rest long before it was her time to sleep? I don't know. Maybe a combination of all those above. I just know that I'll never forget the day my sister and I said goodbye to our mother while she laid in state. So much blue. For years, I hated the color blue. I'm going to end it there, because I still have another page and a half to read, but that's the first page of my new rewrite. What do you think? I couldn't revisit that yet, so I will put a little bit more together, and we will finish chapter 4 of my rewrite. It's coming so fast. I'm writing so fast. And I'm afraid that I'm going to get it like a standstill. Because I'm going to, write about what I remember. And then I'm backflashing to now. And then what happens when I'm done writing what I remember. And I'm still like in the present. And I've got nobody but me still here, looking at the case file and trying to figure out what went wrong. So I think, like, there are good days and there are bad days in this journey, and I knew that. And today's a bad day, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm not gonna stop taking videos. Like I was told, if you want to stay relevant, you want to get your mom's name out there, you guys do stuff every day. You gotta work on it every day. So, good days or bad days, you're gonna see me on both on this journey. Today's a bad day, but I'm not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop me. Shit rolls downhill. Maybe I'll read one of my funny, because I do write funny stuff too. I actually prefer humor. Not fucking horrible drama, not non-fiction drama, trust me, true crime. I don't. The only reason why this particular genre interests me at all is because of what happened to me. Because actually, if I had my choice, I would write SNL skits, to be honest with you. I got some funny shit. I'm a funny writer. Not usually so depressing. But there is, I think, the good with the bad. I'll finish chapter 4 once I'm stopped weeping, but you might just have to deal with chapter 4 weeping because today's a bad day.